power now. That hard.
Looks kind of closed.
Make summer fun. Countryman for $1.99 a month and $44.80 due at signing at Mini of Portland.
Giving back to the community is very important to our family.
Help the Portland community. Buy your 50/50 raffle tickets at every Timbers and Thorns home game. As a current board member of AC Portland, I know they're making a difference in the community through sports and education. 50% of the jackpot benefits Active Children Portland and the Stand Together Fields for All program. To participate, look for the 50/50 signs at home games and visit timbers.com/50/50 for more information.
Down the stretch they come. Just 7 matches left for Portland Timbers 2 in the USL regular season, and T2's push to the playoffs starts tonight at Merlo Field against the Oklahoma City Energy. Good evening and welcome to Merlo Field on the campus of the University of Portland. I'm Jake Zivin. It's a very nice night for soccer here on the Bluff in the Rose City, and it's a T2 team that has 5 of its last 7 matches at home, including this one tonight, needing 3 points the rest of the way. They got 3 points last week in Austin against the Aztecs. A 1-0 win. George Foshive scored the lone goal in that match. In the 54th minute, a cracking left-footed volley to put T2 up 1-0. T2 held on to win by that scoreline and get a big 3 points as they push towards the playoffs. T2 is in 8th place in the West, Oklahoma City Energy in 4th place in the West entering this match. We'll give you the full breakdown of the USL Western Conference standings here from Jay Vidovich, starting lineups and kickoff after the national anthem.
As we welcome Eric Cloninger, who will honor us with her rendition of the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we'd watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
T2 and the Oklahoma City Energy meeting in Portland for the first time ever, and a match that's important to both teams in different ways. For Portland Timbers 2, in a tie for 8th place with Vancouver Whitecaps 2 on 26 points. They're both 5 points below the red line in the USL Western Conference. T2 has some games in hand, but certainly feeling like they need to get 3 points, especially at home, the rest of the way to make the playoffs. For OKC Energy FC, they're in a race for the Western Conference Championship. 3 points separate the top 5 teams in the West, OKC currently occupying the 4th spot. These two teams met once earlier this season on June 5th, a 2-0 OKC win in Oklahoma. And I spoke to T2 head coach Jay Vidovich about that match and what he expects from OKC tonight.
They're a team that's pushing their way into the top echelon in the Western Conference. They've been very successful. We've played them at their place, and they have some veterans who are capable of scoring. Their overall team organization is good, and they're going to be a big challenge for us.
Here's the lineup that Jay Vidovich is putting out to try to get his first ever win over OKC Energy FC. Jake Gleason will start in goals. Yonderson at left back. Anthony Manning, Taylor Pay in the middle. Andy Toma at right back. Nick Beasler and George Foshive pair in the defensive midfield. That back seven, so to speak, all members of the Portland Timbers first team on loan to T2. In the attack, Fatah will play on the left, Rundell Winchester on the right, and Michael Nanchoff will sit behind Carlton Belmar. For Oklahoma City Energy FC in goal, it'll be Evan Newton. He's played all but one match for OKC this season. Christian Duke will start at left back. Jacob Van Kampernal and Cyprian Hedrick in the middle. Michael Thomas will start at right back tonight. It's a 4-4-2. On the right wing will be Casey Townsend, Gareth Evans, and Peter Toth in the midfield. Sebastian Dalgard on the left, Kyle Gregg, and Danny Koenig up top. Danny Koenig, the man that you need to know about if you're a T2 fan watching OKC Energy for the first time. 16 goals this season, tied for the lead in the entire league with Pittsburgh's Rob Vincent. He's a 28-year-old from Denmark, one of 3 Danes on this team. This OKC club has a strong Danish feel to it. They're coached by Jimmy Nielsen, the former Sporting Kansas City goalkeeper from Denmark, of course, as well. And we are underway at Merlo Field, T2 and Oklahoma City Energy. OKC Energy come in as one of the hottest teams in USL, the longest unbeaten streak currently in the league. Unbeaten in their last 6. Won 2 in a row. They beat LA Galaxy 2 earlier this week on Tuesday in OKC. Behind goals from Peter Toth and Sebastian Dalgard. And then the week prior, beat Arizona United 3-0. Carlton Belmar takes a knock and is down, holding the back of his head. And immediately, Taichi Kitagawa, T2's trainer, will come out to check on Carlton Belmar, the leading scorer on this T2 team. 9 goals, tied for 6th in USL coming into this weekend. Scored the first ever T2 goal March 28th here against Real Monarchs, and now faces some competition which he didn't have. He's played by far the most minutes on T2 this season, all but 83 minutes for T2 this year. But with the addition of Michael Seaton to the organization, he was acquired in a trade with DC United this week. Just a 19-year-old Seaton is some competition for the striker spot on T2. Seaton is on the bench tonight. It's possible that we'll see him make his debut for the organization. Pressure from OKC forces a poor clearance from Jake Gleason. Townsend sends it into the box or towards the top of the box. Gareth Evans out wide to Christian Duke, former Sporting Kansas City member. Couldn't keep it in play. It's a throw-in for T2. Andy Toma getting the start at right back. We've seen him play on the right side of late for T2. He's a natural left-sided player. Said he never played on the right in his career really at all until this season, but it's good for his versatility. And he's a guy who, like everybody on T2, has the goal of making it to the first side. If he's able to be versatile, to play both right and left, makes him more attractive to get minutes with the Timbers. Cyprian Hedrick wins the header over Carlton Belmar. Anthony Manning coming forward to win it. Tomo plays behind Fatah. Michael Nanchoff playing for the 6th time for T2, slots it through. Winchester is offside. The flag comes up. Just offside was Rundell Winchester. Michael Nanchoff already influential as he's been when he's played for T2 this season. That looked to be close. Couldn't tell certainly from that angle. Dalgard gets around Toma. Toma's got to come back. Dalgard, right-footed shot. Don't think that missed by much. Here's Koenig, out wide to Casey Townsend. Townsend spent 2 years in Major League Soccer, Chivas USA and DC United. Played the bulk of his MLS career with DC. Taylor Pay, a guy who's been getting MLS minutes lately, sends it clear. Now Fatah, again Winchester making a run. Fatah's gonna keep it himself. Still Fatah coming forward. Now slides through for Winchester, and Belmar, the flag's up. He puts it in, but he's offside. A wide open back and forth opening 5 minutes of this match. And he did appear to be offside just by a step or two. Both teams coming forward, going for this match early. You'll of course see some teams sit back on the road. OKC Energy have not done that. And again, looking over the top for Koenig. Gleason's off his line to collect. OKC does well to get away from the T2 pressure. Peter Toth almost gave it away. OKC's able to recover. Oklahoma City's in their 2nd year in USL, finished 10th last season as an expansion franchise, 10th of 14 teams. Of course, the USL itself expanded quite significantly this past offseason from 14 to 24 teams. There was only one single table last year. OKC finished 10th out of 14 in that now. The league split into conferences. Energy FC in 4th place in the West, just 2 points off 1st place. T2, meanwhile, in their 1st year in USL, part of a group of 7 MLS sides to create a USL affiliate for this season. And it's been an up and down year for T2. But certainly the playoffs in sight with 7 matches to go. Nick Beasler, 1st round draft pick of the Timbers. taken away by OKC. Big switch from Thomas. Picks out Duke. Now Dalgard. Duke overlaps on the left. Dalgard plays it to him. First time cross is blocked by Toma. Toma wins the header, and a foul is called. Carlton Belmar continues to rub the back of his head. Took a knock to the back of the head in the opening moments of the match. And you can't see, but if you were here, you could see. Continues away from the ball to kind of rub the back of his head. Beasler takes it away, no foul called. Heavy pressure from OKC. It's taken away. Kyle Gregg, top of the box, slides it for Townsend, and Gianderson broke it up for T2. Already a couple times tonight, high pressure from OKC has caused problems for Portland. Taylor Pate gets it clear. A lot of space for Dalgard. Sebastian Dalgard, left side, Christian Duke in the box, blocked by Toma. And Toma fights, takes it away, and he can lead the break. Forward to Belmar, and Campanal slides in, knocks it away. Beautiful combination from Belmar and Winchester. Here comes the speedy Carlton Belmar. Cuts it back, shoots, saved by Newton. And composure from Thomas to head it back to Evan Newton. Most dangerous chance of the match. Carlton Belmar on his left foot. It's a great save from Evan Newton. And T2 coming right back at it. Fatau trying to get into the box. Goes down, Nanchoff shoots. Again, Newton goes down to make the save. Two great chances for T2. Belmar on his off foot, his left foot, striking that ball well. With Nanchoff, if you're a T2 fan, you love seeing him have a ball teed up on his left foot. He doesn't miss often from there, and now Gleason makes a big save. Back and forth stuff at Merlo Field. Gleason going down to his left. Both teams with chances early on. Still unable to find the opening goal. Toth, after forcing Gleason to make the save, sends a corner kick in that's cleared by Belmar. Thomas throws it into the box. Gianderson heads it clear. Oshive tried to find Belmar. It's just behind Carlton. Evans trying to slide through for Koenig. Gleason comes off his line, has to backpedal as Koenig runs onto it. Townsend. Pay gets it clear. Again, Casey Townsend. Now Toth trying to turn, dispossessed by Foshive. Here comes T2 on the counter. Fatal has room on the left side. Now Nanshoff overlaps. Fatal looking through for Winchester. And that was last touched by Rundell Winchester. It'll be a goal kick. Both teams looking dangerous coming forward. Rundell Winchester, a member of the Trinidad and Tobago national team, was with them for the Gold Cup. Didn't play in the Gold Cup, but still a very positive experience for Winchester. Being with that team is they made a great run to the quarterfinals where they were knocked out on penalty kicks. Also played for the Trinidad and Tobago under-23s in Olympic qualifying in June. Missed about a month of time here in Portland for T2 on international duty. Duke battling on the left side. Now Gareth Evans. Casey Townsend. Back to Michael Thomas. One of the rare moments of one of these teams settling things down and trying to possess in the back to kind of chill out the game a little bit. It's been back and forth for the first 16 minutes. And here comes T2 again. Evans tackles from behind. Advantage played by the referee. Fatal coming into the box. Tries maybe one too many step overs, and Thomas is able to keep that from going out for a corner. It's a throw in for T2. And the offside flag up as T2 tried to play quickly, but maybe a little too quick for their own good. OKC finally decides to come forward. T2 handles it. Thomas, Evans, Toth turns well in the midfield. Gianderson pokes it away. Foul, but play on. Duke. Foshive gets it clear. A lot of room on the far side. Casey Townsend lines up a shot that's blocked by Gianderson and out for a corner kick. Second corner kick of the match coming for OKC. Casey Townsend on the right side, his 5th overall pick of the 2012 Super Draft by Chivas USA. Anderson, another guy who, of course, has MLS experience. He's played 3 times for the Timbers' first team this season. Corner falls dangerously. Shouts for a handball, none given. Duke has a chance to line up a second ball into the box. Picks out top. Chipped into the back post, and there's the opener. Who else? Danny Koenig. Now USL's leading scorer, his 17th goal on the season, and it's 1-0 OKC. Comes back into a tie with Pittsburgh's Rob Vincent, who scored earlier tonight against Toronto FC 2 to get his 17th goal. Well, Koenig keeps pace tonight in the 19th minute. This game certainly feels like it has more goals in it. It's been an eventful opening 20 minutes. T2 find themselves in a hole. They've been in this position frequently, even here at Merlot Field. Last time at home, gave up a goal about this time to LA Galaxy 2. Were unable to get an equalizer. Try to get one here. Michael Nanchoff on his left foot. He's got a very good left foot, chipping it to the back post. Winchester heads it back in, and Newton's there. Against LA Galaxy 2 on July 26th, Jack McBean scored a 15th minute goal, ended up being the only goal of that match. T2 gave up a goal against Vancouver a week before that. An early goal in the first 10 minutes, ended up winning that match 4-2, so they've been able to come back this season. They'll have to do it again tonight. Townsend. Anderson slides in, and that's a throw-in, a deep throw-in for OKC. Greg trying to turn. Beasler just plays it safe. Out for another corner kick. Tot sends his corner in, bodies down in the box. It falls in the box for Greg. It was blocked and finally cleared by Belmar. Wild scrambles in the area so far tonight. Toshive finds Fatau. Switches to Winchester. A chance maybe for T2. Winchester trying to find Fatau. Thomas with the header, but it's the first corner of the match for T2. T2 has some good targets on these set pieces. Anthony Manning, 6'4" center back. Taylor Pay playing center back tonight, 6'2". Renico Clark, normally starting center back for T2, is out for the season. Tore his ACL in stoppage time against Austin last week. Usually another prime target on set pieces. Pay got his head to that, but couldn't direct it on goal. And it's cleared by OKC. Better sustained possession from T2. We didn't do much of this in the first 20 minutes or so of the match. Nanchoff, space in front of him. Slots to Foshive. Back to Nanchuk. He'll try one with his left foot. Newton is there. T2, I think, will be okay with Nanchuk getting space like that. 25, 30 yards from goal. If he keeps getting those chances, I think he'll be able to find a goal. Last time Michael Nanchuk played for T2 was the friendly against Newcastle United. Not a USL match, of course. It was a catalyst on 2 goals, both off set pieces. One he got an assist for, the other a secondary assist, you could say, off a corner kick. Has certainly had success when playing for T2. 2 goals in USL play, both came against Tulsa on the road. And a T2 win earlier this year. T2's been good at home. They've been good here at Merlot Field this season. 5-3 at Merlot. 5-4 overall at home. They played 1 match at Providence Park, a loss to OC Blues. OKC Energy FC, meanwhile, has struggled away from Oklahoma. Just 1-4-5, looking for just their 2nd road win this season. Toth sends that across the street behind Merlot Field. A little gasp from the crowd as came close to hitting a passing car. Merlot Field in a beautiful setting just on the campus of the University of Portland. A great venue to watch a soccer match. University of Portland, of course, gets such great support here for their men's and especially women's teams during the college season. Timbers fans beginning to figure out the joy of watching a game at Merlot, as well as T2 has played their inaugural season at home here at Merlot Field. Different kind of environment from Providence Park. It's more intimate, much closer to the field, closer to the players. You can hear what's being said on the pitch. These late summer evening matches, the sun comes over the western hills behind the Chiles Center, which is the basketball arena here at the University of Portland. Really a very nice place to watch a match. Foshive and Toth both go down. Nothing there. And T2 comes away with it. Making break forward. Gianderson getting forward from his left back spot. A guy who's not afraid to get involved in the attack. What a touch from Fatal with the back heel to Gianderson. Trying to find Belmar. Flag goes up. Belmar was offside. Another look at that touch from Fatal. In stride. Pretty stuff. Belmar would have been offside anyway. 4th time a T2 player has been caught offside already tonight. In just 28 minutes. It was an aggressive start for both teams. Oklahoma City found the first goal and now looking for a second, paid as well to take that off of USL's leading scorer, Danny Koenig. Koenig, the goal scorer for OKC tonight, the 19th minute with his head. 17th goal this season. Again, back level with Pittsburgh's Rob Vincent for the USL scoring lead. That's going to be quite a race as we come down the stretch for the USL Golden Boot. Foshive with a clearing header. Belmar can't control it. Hedrick did well to keep that in possession for OKC. Campernon couldn't get it through to Duke, but still there for OKC. Evans. This one does find Christian Duke. Beautiful cross, and Greg finishes for the second for OKC. Christian Duke, first time cross on a 50-yard ball. Played it right into the platter, right on a platter for Kyle Gregg. His 6th goal of the season, and now a 2-0 hole for Portland Timbers 2. It's a fantastic cross from Christian Duke. I think caught Anthony Manning at least off guard, thinking that Duke would take a touch. Christian Duke played last season and the year before for Sporting Kansas City. Never got in to a Major League Soccer match. Played on loan here at Oklahoma City last season. Then was let go from Sporting Kansas City in the offseason and signed fully with OKC. Has played now in 13 matches this year for Energy FC. That's his 3rd assist, has not scored yet. Koshive, some nifty footwork to control that, but OKC gets it right back. Dalgard into the box, takes an odd bounce. Toth, great save by Gleason. Out of nowhere, the ball bounced to Peter Toth, and Gleason had to react quickly. And there's the 3rd, a mess in the box. And it's all going wrong for T2. Danny Koenig's 18th goal this season. And a match that started out looking promising for T2, like either team could find the first goal, has now gone oh so wrong for the home side. 3-0 in the 31st. It's just a poor clearance from Taylor Pay. He'll know that he'll certainly feel like he wished he did better as he put it right to Danny Koenig. And now for this young T2 team, it's been a season of challenges for various reasons, whether it be long road trips, injuries depleting the squad, 4 games in 8 days. Challenge here going down 3-0 at home just 30 minutes into the match. Belmar trying to turn. Now Nanchoff coming forward. Trying to find Belmar. It's right to Christian Duke. And now with T2 caught forward, here comes OKC on the counter. Townsend's got a lot of room on the right. Dalgard finds him. Casey Townsend to Michael Thomas overlapping. Sending it into the box. Scissor kick attempt is missed by Kyle Gregg. And now here comes T2. Again, back and forth. We saw a lot of this early in the match. It settled down a bit. Here we go again. A lot of room for Toma on the right side. Still Andy Toma sends it into the box. Hedrick gets it clear. Townsend looking for Greg. He turns, shoots. Gleason makes the save, and it's put back in. The fourth for OKC. A hat trick for Danny Koenig. And a tough night at Merlo Field continues to get worse for T2. Gleason made the great save, but put it right into the path of Koenig. Good goal scorers always seem to be in the right place. None of his finishes tonight were particularly difficult. The last two were pretty much tap-ins to open nets. First one, a header on the back post. It was a header into pretty much an open net. But a hat trick for Koenig. Now 19 goals this season, 2 ahead of Rob Vincent for the USL scoring lead. Three goals in 5 minutes for OKC. And the game really, at least feeling like now it's gotten away from T2. Here comes OKC again. Christian Duke already 1 assist today, looking for a second. Pay dealt with it, got it clear. Manchop still hustling, but was unable to get to it. Now Fatau pressures. Belmar also. The speed from both those guys impressive, but OKC deals with it easily. And here they come again. Dalgard wide to Townsend. Cross into the box again at the back post. It's Koenig. Couldn't put this one on net. OKC has they're a big, tall team in general. But you don't normally see a team where the attacking players are taller than the defenders, and OKC is that. Koenig 6'2", Kyle Gregg 6'2", Dalgard 6'2", Townsend 5'11", but the center midfielders Evans and Toth. Evans is 6'1", Toth is 6 feet. T2 has certainly struggled to deal with defending service from wide today. All 4 of OKC's goals came from wide play of some sort. Ball sent into the box. It's a big, strong OKC side and young T2 team. Evans finds Townsend. Again, the width hurting T2. This cross falls in, bicycle attempt by Greg. Second time today he's tried an acrobatic overhead or side scissor volley. Both times unsuccessful, but at this point, why not try it? It's a good touch from Janderson, but couldn't keep it in play. Another cross from OKC. This one's out for a goal kick. Koenig keeps it in play. Belmar takes it away for T2. Communication with Fatau and Nanchoff. Beasler steps up to win it back for T2. Nanchoff chipping a back post looking for Belmar. Brings it down, but not a good first touch from Carlton Belmar. Was able to keep it in play. Certainly would have wanted to bring that down into a spot where he could have a shot. Nanchoff flicked towards Belmar. Sent clear. T2 trying to get one back before halftime. That looked promising, nothing came of it. Koenig's gonna run 1-on-5 as Greg trailing Townsend as well. Koenig keeps it himself. Him and Pay slide awkwardly and Gleason keeps that from going out. It's the first hat trick in Oklahoma City Energy history. Scored tonight by Danny Koenig. Took him just 34 minutes to get it. OKC has matched their largest single game goal output at 4. They've never scored 5 in a match. Fatau. Couldn't get it through to Belmar. OKC has backed off a little bit, it seems, with just a few minutes left in the first half. 3 minutes plus stoppage time. Nanchoff for Belmar. Sent clear by Van Compernal. Michael Nanchoff, space. Sends it into the crowd. And it's caught by Adam Kawarase, the Timbers keeper. You couldn't see it on camera, but Adam Kawarase sitting with some of the other Timbers players back behind the goal. And as you would expect from the Timbers starting goalkeeper, did very well to catch that shot from Michael Nanchoff. There's Adam, Fernando Adi, Alvis Powell there as well. We frequently this season, every match this season at home at Merlo Field, if the first team's in town and able, you'll see members of the first team here to support T2. Of course, out on the field tonight, T2 is mostly a lineup comprised of players signed to the Timbers MLS squad. 8 of the 11 guys on the field for T2 right now are signed to the first team. Michael Thomas sends it into the box. Manning heads it, Jonnerson helps it on. In some ways that can be more challenging than it seems. Continue on that thought in a moment. Fatau making a big run forward, running at Hedrick, gets around Hedrick. Fatau in the box trying to pull one back for T2, and Van Compernal dealt with it. Sent it out for a corner. Dangerous touch from Van Compernal. But the second corner of the night coming for T2. Unable to be cleared by OKC. Belmar wasn't ready for that second ball back in. Nice back heel though from Belmar. Driven cross from Nanchoff. Not cleared yet by OKC. And now Energy FC do. They don't have numbers forward. Everybody was back defending, so Townsend's going to slow it down. What I was saying before Fatau came forward, you look at our team out here for T2, 8 of the 11 guys signed to the first team of an MLS side. And you think, well, they shouldn't be down 4-0. But in some ways, it can be more challenging when you come together on a game day. These guys don't necessarily all train together. Some of the Anthony Manning and Andy Toma and Nick Beasler trained mostly with T2 during the season. But guys like Michael Nanchoff, Taylor Pay, George Foshive, they're with the first team on a regular basis. So this group that's on the field right now doesn't necessarily train together every day, and it can obviously be challenging when they come to play on game day. George Foshive, a first teamer, great comeback, and he pulls one back. George Foshive, his third goal for T2. The defensive midfielder has shown a goal-scoring touch at this level. Something to feel good about as we head to halftime. Still a 4-1 lead for OKC.
T2 goal scored in the 45th minute by number 5, George Foshive.
Second straight game that Foshive has scored. And that essentially the final touch of the first half as Ekaterina Koroleva, the referee, blows for the end of the first half. Nice way to end the first half for T2. But they probably wish they could forget about that 15-minute span when they allowed 4 goals from OKC. 4-1 the score at halftime. Certainly an eventful first half. We'll have first half highlights coming up a bit later. But when we come back one-on-one with Rundell Winchester, find out about his Gold Cup experience after the break.
Not far now.
Dad, where is this park? Looks kind of closed.
Make summer fun with a Mini Cooper Countryman for $199 a month and $44.80 due at signing at Mini of Portland.
Tee it up. Shot on target. What a goal! Horn looking to cross. Let's go. It's off the clear. Right at the keeper, and then Christian puts it away.
You have fun, you will win, and you'll make me very, very happy.
To him, barbecue is an art, which is great. But we're hungry now. Papa Murphy's Barbecue Pizzas. Choose barbecue chicken, pork sausage, or Angus steak with barbecue sauce on a crispy thin crust. $11 for a large. Fresh made, fresh baked. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
come. Dad, where is this park? Looks kind of closed.
Make summer fun with a Mini Cooper Countryman for $199 a month and $44.80 due at signing at Mini of Portland.
Welcome back to Merlot Field. Beautiful night for soccer. Hasn't been a beautiful first half, though, for T2. 4-1 Oklahoma City Energy as a lead. I recently went one-on-one with T2 forward Rundell Winchester, who recently got back from the Gold Cup. Here's Rundell Winchester on his Gold Cup experience and get to know the 21-year-old a little bit better. Rundell Winchester, you were away from us for about a month playing with Trinidad and Tobago, first Olympic qualifying and then the Gold Cup. I want to start with the Gold Cup. What was that experience like for you? Your team made a great run.
Yeah, it was a good experience for me, you know, just being the age of 21 to make well, I never met my debut in the Gold Cup, but I was amongst the guys and I think it was a great experience. You know, I learned a lot from the guys, you know, because some of them play internationally, some of them play like in England, high level of football, so they taught me a lot. And, you know, I will bring the experience to Portland here.
You debuted with your national team at 19, I think. What was that like for you to be included in your senior national team at such a young age?
Well, it was an honor to play for my country, you know, at the age of 19. Oh, I couldn't have imagined it because I started to take my football serious when I was like about 17, so it was like a big thing for me, you know. I was just excited and stuff.
How did that, your career develop then? You said you just started playing seriously at the age of 17. What were those years like between the ages of 17 and 19? And it kind of seems like there'd be a rapid growth to get to that level. Describe your career at that time and when you really started taking it seriously. What happened?
Well, I just used to play soccer for fun and thing with my, like some of my partners and friends and thing back home. But then like my cousin husband like tell me to come out to training. If I didn't come out, like he would beat me or something. So I come out and the coach like say, wow, you can play and stuff. So that when I started taking more serious because I started play, well, semi-pro in the Super League. That's like the second highest league in my country. Then like a year after, I went to the Pro League and then, you know, I just started gel from there. So I just started taking my football more serious because I could see I could make a career out of it.
Now you're here in Portland. What has the experience been like being a member of this organization?
Oh, it's been a great experience. You know, it's a lovely surroundings, it's nice. It's a bit different to my country, but I'm adjusted so far, so it's just been nice, you know.
What do you do off the pitch? Who do you hang out with? And have you been able to explore when you have time off? What do you do?
Well, I sleep a lot though because, yeah, I've just been tired, but still, you know, you have a lot of great things in Portland here to experience, but I never experienced all of them, but I've been hanging out with some great friends, you know. I met Alvas and, Renico from our team, so yeah, I just been hanging out with them, you know. They are great friends to me.
Where do you see your career going? I know in talking to everybody on T2, the goal is to get across to be with the first team. How do you use that as motivation?
Well, I come and see some of the first team guys at practice, and I see the way they practice, so I try to come out here and be focused 100% all the time. I know it's a bit tough, but I still come out and put in my work, and I just train hard, and I know I wanted to make to that level, so I could see myself at that level.
Rundell Winchester and the rest of the T2 attack has a tall task ahead of them in the second half. Oklahoma City Energy a 4-1 lead over T2 at halftime. When we come back, we're going to look back to last night at Providence Park. The Timbers 1-0 win over the Chicago Fire. That's after the break.
If you be my star, I'll be your sky.
No idea how your health rolls out in waves of good. Providence.
Papa Murphy's $5 faves are hot. Because you bake all those fresh pizza ingredients in your own oven. And you can taste the difference. When it cools a little, of course. Papa Murphy's $5 faves. Fresh, home-baked ingredients that defy a $5 pizza. Fill your table with an almost too hot from your oven Papa Murphy's faves for just $5 every day. Fresh made, fresh baked. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
It's not far now.
Dad, where is this park? Looks kind of closed.
Make summer fun with a Mini Cooper Countryman for $199 a month and $44.80 due at signing at Mini of Portland.
Giving back to the community is very important to our family.
Help the Portland community and buy your 50/50 raffle tickets at every Timbers and Thorns home game. As a current board member of AC Portland, I know they're making a difference in the community through sports and education. 50% of the jackpot benefits Active Children Portland and the Stand Together Fields for All program. To participate, look for the 50/50 signs at home games and visit timbers.com/5050 for more information.
OKC Energy FC has a 4-1 lead over Portland Timbers 2 at halftime here at Merlot Field. It was a different story last night at Providence Park. The Portland Timbers hosted the Chicago Fire, and certainly a better defensive effort, you could say, for Portland last night. A 1-0 shutout of Chicago. Samantha Eric has more on a win for the Timbers.
The Timbers have moved into 4th place in the Western Conference after beating the Chicago Fire 1-0 here tonight, thanks to a second-half goal from Fernando Adi. It's the striker's 10th of the season.
It's a good win. Another clean sheet. That's 2 in a row. Good defensive performance. A little bit of sloppiness at times. I thought the second goal was definitely in there with the chances that we had. So we had to continue to do better a little bit in that final third with the finishing. And like I've been saying, the connections, you know, I think there's still some things to be worked out, you know, in the attack. But really pleased, 2 games in a row, 2 clean sheets. And first and foremost, it's a win. We're now moved up to 4th place.
It was a great feeling, you know, to know that we are looking for a goal to win the game. And for me, it was a great feeling to score, to get a goal. And I think that's the same for the entire team. You know, we play as a team, and it doesn't matter who scores, but the most important thing for us is to get the 3 points, and I think that's just what we did today.
It's like I say, it's not only the defenders and the goalkeepers that keep a clean sheet, it's the whole team here. So I'm really proud of my teammates tonight. It wasn't an easy game, but we kept it clean and scored a goal and got our 3 points.
You know, I think we just got back to basics, to be perfectly honest. You know, last couple of weeks, you know, we felt the goals that were going in. You know, 14, I think it was, in 3 games. You know, it wasn't good enough, so we really clamped down on that one. And you know, it's good, obviously, to get the last 2 clean sheets in the last 2 games.
Next up for the Timbers is Western Conference opponent Real Salt Lake. They play next weekend in Utah.
Thank you, Sam. T2 now will try to channel some of that Timbers mojo and get things on track in the second half. 4-1 OKC with the lead at halftime over T2. First half highlights, second half kick when we come back from Merlot Field.
Far now.
Dad, where is this park?
Looks kind of closed.
Make summer fun with a Mini Cooper Countryman for $199 a month and $44.80 due at signing at Mini of Portland.
Pilots with numbers. Rapino sees it, and it's in!
Up to Evans. Tee it up. Shot on target.
What a goal! Horn looking to cross. Let's go. In front. Clear. Right at the keeper. And then Christian puts it away.
You have fun, you will win, and you'll make me very, very happy.
To him, barbecue is an art, which is great. But we're hungry now. Papa Murphy's Barbecue Pizzas. Choose barbecue chicken, pork sausage, or Angus steak with barbecue sauce on a crispy thin crust. $11 for a large. Fresh made, fresh baked. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
It was certainly an entertaining first half. More than just the goals, but we only have time to show you the goals. It started in the 19th minute. Peter Toth to Danny Koenig, 1-0 OKC. Then in the 29th, the floodgates began to open up. A fantastic first-time cross from Christian Duke. Kyle Gregg made the run and tapped it into essentially an open net to make it 2-0. 2 minutes later, 31st minute, again it was Koenig off a poor clearance from Taylor Pay, putting it into an open net. 3-0, and Koenig got his hat trick in the 34th minute. Jake Gleason did well to make the save, but he parries it right into Koenig's path. Again, right place, right time for USL's leading goal scorer. It was 4-0. T2 pulled one back on the last moment of the first half. George Foshive, his second straight game with the goal, showing off a finishing ability. The defensive midfielder, George Foshive, made it 4-1 at halftime. There is USL's leading scorer, Danny Koenig, on 16 goals coming into tonight. Tied for first in USL with Pittsburgh's Rob Vincent entering the weekend. Vincent got a goal earlier tonight, and Koenig has taken over the lead. Temporarily was behind Vincent, has now passed up Vincent and gone 2 ahead in the USL scoring race. 19 goals this season for Danny Koenig in now 22 games. He has been fantastic at this level at USL for OKC Energy. There you see Jimmy Nielsen, the White Puma, the head coach for OKC Energy FC, former Sporting Kansas City goalkeeper, 4 years at SKC, won an MLS Cup in 2013, and then immediately retired to become the first ever head coach for OKC Energy. 2012 MLS Goalkeeper of the Year, and clearly having success in his second career as head coach of OKC Energy. Has them in 4th place in playoff position. Foshive trying to get another one back, and he does! Watch out now, 23 seconds into the second half, and it's 4-2. George Foshive once again. Maybe a position switch in store for George Foshive. That man can finish. His 4th goal for T2. Second tonight, and second in about 30 seconds of game time. His goal at the end of the first half came in stoppage time and was the final kick of the match. The referee blew for the end of the first half immediately after the ensuing kickoff. It's Oklahoma City wanting to get the goal right back. This match has been entertaining. It's been up and down from the beginning, back and forth. First 20 minutes or so, it looked like either team was going to find the first goal. Oklahoma City got it, continued on, but now a little life in T2, getting their second goal. Timbers Army setting off the green smoke. Fantastic support here and at Providence Park. Now Dalgard, he's got a chance to get a 5th, but right at Gleason. Foshive scored on the final kick of the first half, and then just 23 seconds into the second half. Not bad for a defensive midfielder. He's been clinical in the box. Nanchoff out wide to Winchester. Looking back to Belmar. Sent clear. There have been some wild matches in USL this season. T2 hasn't really been involved in any of them. Nanchoff again looking into the box, headed clear by Hedrick. Seemingly every other week out east, there's crazy scoreline, wild scoreline. T2 trying to get back into this one and make this another wild match, wild result in USL. Nanchoff looking for Belmar. Hedrick got there first, just played it safe. Toth called for the foul. George Foshive, 6 games, 4 goals. That looked a little dangerous from T2. And here comes Foshive. 6 games at the USL level, 4 goals. Has certainly been, I would say, probably the breakout player of the organization this season from a perspective of not much was expected of him coming into this year. Played very well at the MLS level when put into duty at defensive midfield for the Timbers. And now for T2, 4 goals in 6 matches. Again, something that no one would have expected him to do as a defensive midfielder. Fatau wants a third, just wide. And OKC seems a little rattled, a little shooken up after the late goal at the end of the first half, the early goal at the beginning of the second half. That had Newton beat. OKC Energy FC is going to make the first substitution of this match. We're going to bring on Daniel Gonzalez, and Peter Toth will come out. Toth made his first start of the season on Tuesday against LA Galaxy 2, had a goal. His second start of the season tonight had an assist on the first goal of the match. Danny Koenigs in the 19th minute. Daniel Gonzalez in his first season with OKC. He's now appearing in his 19th match. Has not scored, has 2 assists. From Yelm, Washington. Played last season with Kitsap Pumas. Kyle Gregg, player down for OKC. Well, follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider. Join club conversations and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. You can also become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Gregg appears to be okay. Getting back to Daniel Gonzalez just into the match for OKC. His brother Miguel Gonzalez plays for Colorado Springs. 8 goals, 5 assists for Colorado Springs is Miguel Gonzalez. Daniel, no goals, 2 assists for OKC Energy. Fatal turns in the midfield. Here comes Fatal. Still Fatal. Finally dispossessed. Newton just sends it to safety. Delicate ball from Pay. Winchester. Toma couldn't get it back to him. Nanchoff able to run at Hedrick. Still Nanchoff, poke to Fatal. Settles. Back to Nanchoff, and just weren't quite on the same page. Didn't quite get the timing right. So it was pretty easy for Hedrick. T2 team shown a lot of fight since going out 4-0. Felt that goal from Foshive gave a little hope, at least in the stands at Merlot and on the field as well, it appears, for T2. Pulling one back right before halftime, certainly important for momentum. What they don't want to do now is concede a 5th. Thomas into the box. Pay got his head to it first. Winchester helps it on. It's out for a T2 throw. OKC settled down a little bit after giving up that early goal. Greg trying to turn, gets it to Dalgard. Gonzalez. Hedrick. Duke. Overload numbers on this side for OKC, 2-on-1. Duke sends it into the box. Manning wins the header. That's clean from Duke. Dalgard tries to settle. Out to Gareth Evans. Right side picks out Townsend. I don't know if that was a cross or a shot, but it's a goal kick for T2. Toma steps up to win it for T2. He's another guy not afraid to come forward. Tackling from behind is Dalgard. And it's going to be a yellow card to Sebastian Dalgard. First card of the match comes in the 57th minute.
Caution charge given to OKC.
Did certainly appear that Toma got that touch. Dalgard coming in from behind. Probably doesn't have much of an argument for a yellow card. And Jimmy Nielsen having a chat with Ben Goodman, the fourth official. Certainly thinks otherwise. Chance for a set piece now for T2. Michael Nanchoff serves the ball into the box. Headed clear by OKC. Manning sliding in, but it's out for an OKC throw. Getting a little feisty between Andy Toma and Kyle Gregg. Again, that's off Toma. Another throw for OKC. Foshive into space down the line for Winchester. Not able to keep it in play. T2 wanted a handball. It did appear that Hedrick controlled that with his arm. Not given. Gareth Evans talking to Ekaterina Koroleva. Thought he was fouled by George Foshive. Both teams with gripes over the last minute. Dalgard did well. Toma thought he had it. Now T2 breaks with Toma, or rather OKC breaks with Toma out of position, with T2 out of position. Nice header from Gregg to put that back into a dangerous area, but Gleason sure hands off his line. And now T2 breaks as they come forward. Fatau loves to run at defenses. Sends it wide to Nanchoff. Cross in towards Belmar. Dealt with by OKC. Fatau has it now. Coming into the box. Still Fatau. Belmar unable to turn. But Hedrick still can't really get it clear. Again Fatau. Coming into the box. To the byline. Spins in the box. Leaves for Nanchoff to the byline. To the back post. Beasler's there. But Duke was there first. And this is surely a corner kick for T2. Duke had position the whole way. Third corner kick of the match coming for T2. Michael Nanchoff will come over to take it. Meanwhile, in the box, Ekaterina Koroleva continues to talk to Gareth Evans. Big central midfielder. Floated to the back post. Beasler, a free header, and he put it well over the bar. Nobody within a few yards of Nick Beasler. Almost had too much time, it seems. T2 is preparing its first two subs of the match. Blake Bodley and Michael Seaton at the fourth official. Won't come in yet. both intriguing for various reasons. Michael Seton just acquired in a trade from DC United by the Portland Timbers, the first team earlier this week. Blake Bodley, an academy player, just 17 years old. Has been playing a lot with T2. Handball called now on Nick Beasler. Rather on Gianderson. Clear handball on the left back. Casey Townsend over the ball for OKC. Floats it to the back post. Headed back across. And then out of the area by Gianderson, who does well to come over and get to that before Townsend, who was lining up a second cross. It's out for an OKC throw. And now we'll have the substitutions for T2. Michael Seton will come on to make his debut with the organization. 6 foot, 180 pound, 19-year-old striker will replace Carlton Belmar. Michael Seton acquired in a trade just a few days ago, 2 days ago, from DC United. Was signed by DC United in January of 2013 as a homegrown player. Appeared 5 times over the past 3 seasons, or 2.5 seasons, with DC United. Started twice, did not score in MLS play. So we get one Portland Timbers first teamer making his T2 debut, and now we get a 17-year-old academy guy, Blake Bodley, coming on for the 4th time. Blake, member of the Timbers Academy, 2 starts, 3 games played. The only member of the academy to appear for T2 this season, but a few others have been on the bench, including tonight Marco Farfan, 16-year-old left back on the bench. We've seen Terrell Lowe on the bench past few matches. Bodley, a left-sided player, will likely play on the left side with Fatah moving over to the right. We'll see what T2 does. Expect Seton to be up top in Belmar's spot. Corner into the box is cleared by Michael Seton, his first touch as a member of the Timbers organization. Now Bodley, the 17-year-old, on the right for now. Hedrick has time, the center back. Thought about a shot, I think. Lays it off to Greg. Now Townsend, driven low, and out for a goal kick. Casey Townsend, 26 matches in MLS. Most of those for Chivas USA. Also a former DC United player, just like Michael Seton. They played together at DC in 2013. Townsend spent last year with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Leads OKC Energy in assists with 6 in his first season in Oklahoma City. Foul called on George Foshive in the middle of the pitch. Gareth Evans is in his 2nd season with OKC. Made the All-USL 2nd team last year, then known as All-USL Pro. And here's Blake Bodley for T2. The 17-year-old has a lot of space in front of him. Not afraid to run at a back line. Sends it wide to Toma. Now Fatah. Crosses it in. Bodley couldn't get to it. Would have been nice for the 17-year-old to get on the end of that cross. A dangerous ball driven in by Fatah. Just out of the reach of Blake Bodley. Bodley's a rising senior in high school. committed to the University of Washington, hasn't signed yet, won't sign his letter of intent until this year, if he continues to stay committed to UW. Few former Huskies on the pitch for T2, including this man, Andy Toma, Taylor Pay as well. Tricky header there from Gareth Evans. Get that back to his keeper, Evan Newton. Very well done. Dalgard clipped from behind. And this is going to be a restart in a dangerous spot. Words between Dalgard and George Foshive. Sebastian Dalgard, one of the 3 Danish players on this team. Teammates with Danny Koenig at Brøndshøj in Denmark. Apologies for that pronunciation. Scored in OKC's last match, a fantastic strike from outside of the box. Curling ball, first time. 2-0 win for OKC on Tuesday night. Casey Townsend over the ball. Big switch from Townsend, headed back in. That's what OKC likes to do, we've seen on those restarts, and it's dealt with by T2. Dalgard breaks up the counter. It's a throw for Portland. And a substitution now coming for OKC Energy FC. Pibo Due will come on. And Casey Townsend will come off.
Substitution for OKC.
Pibo Due, 23-year-old. Second season with Oklahoma City. Played 2013 with Phoenix FC. In the lone season of that club's existence. Michael Seaton chasing after Jacob Van Kampernal, and Seaton called for a foul. Michael Seaton just came back from the Gold Cup, where he was part of Jamaica's fantastic run to the final. Got into that match late against Mexico, very late. Of course, Jamaica knocked out the United States in the semifinals of the Gold Cup. Seaton's already been capped 13 times by the Reggae Boys, just 19 years old. Another young piece in this organization that the Timbers hope to develop. Dalgard to Due. First time cross, just over the bar from Kyle Gregg. As is often the case in a match, the next goal feels massive tonight. Bodley to Nanchong. Back out wide to Blake Bodley. And he was offside. Certainly you feel like if T2 can get a goal to cut the deficit to 1, the belief would remain that they can get something out of this match. Meanwhile, a 5th for OKC could be debilitating. A lot of room for Christian Duke on the left side. Van Kampernal over the top. Koenig trying to get there. Pay got there first. Sends it clear, but into the crowd. Right over the head of Sam Uni. Sam the Kip Man, as he's known. Portland Timbers, fantastic Kip Man. Ball went through Sam Uni's hands. Not quite the hands of Adam Kawarase, who we saw catch a ball sent into the stands earlier. Substitution, meanwhile, Blair Gavin making his return to the pitch. Hasn't played since July 19th, missed the last 3 matches with an injury. And then coming back from that injury, he comes on for Nick Beasley. Third substitution for T2. Of course, in USL, 5 substitutions are allowed. Different from the normal 3. So still a chance for Jay Vidovic to make a couple more changes if he wants. Corner kick now for OKC. Sebastian Dalgard. It bounces in the box, and Foshive's there on the back post to clean it up. Well, T2 will probably go back and watch some tape of this match and talk about defending crosses, as it certainly has not been as smooth as we're used to seeing tonight. First time that we've seen Anthony Manning and Taylor Pay pair together at center back, and that could be a reason why. Renico Clark, the normal center back, is out with a torn ACL. Bodley's ball sent into the box is grabbed by Newt. Renico Clark tore his ACL in the final moments of T2's win over Austin last week. Pay, and normally a right back, it's where we've seen him play for the first team. Shouts for a foul as Greg is down. OKC's bench very upset with that no call. Ball's now played out. We've normally seen Taylor Pay feature at right back, but he was a center back in college at the University of Washington, and certainly has the ability to play centrally. He has played there for T2 before, but not with Anthony Manning. Here's a look. Pay going in and appeared to clip Kyle Gregg. Looked like he possibly stepped on him. That was what Jimmy Nielsen was upset about. And now, after not sure why George Foshive was showing the yellow card. It was Taylor Pay who stepped on Kyle Gregg. Could have been something else that happened, something off the ball, or something said to the referee, but it looked like Ekaterina Koroleva came over to consult with the 4th official, Ben Goodman, and then the decision was made to give George Foshive a yellow card.
Yellow card given to T2, number 5, George Foshive. Foshive given a caution card.
First yellow card of the match shown for a T2 player. For George Foshive, his 4th yellow card in 6 matches in USL play. Four goals, 4 yellows for George Foshive in 6 games in USL. It's been an eventful stint with T2, to say the least. Here he is with the ball. Fatau now on the right side. Michael Seaton hasn't been involved very much, hasn't seen much of the ball since coming on for Carlton Belmar about 10 minutes ago. Blair Gavin. Gianderson, Fatau, great touch to Gavin. First time cross to the back post, nobody there. And that will go all the way out for a throw-in, deep throw-in for OKC. Koenig lays it off with the head to Gregg. Gets away from Toma's tackle. And Manning stepped up to win it. Koenig out wide. Already a hat trick tonight. Into the box for Douay. Pay comes in, and that went over the line. It's a goal kick for T2. Fatau, Fernanchoff. Can he get behind Hedrick? Cuts it back. Now it's Seton. A chance for his first for Portland. Michael Seton pulls one back. T2's not out of it yet. 4-3 in the 79th. That's how you debut. The 19-year-olds 2 days ago acquired in a trade, and a nutmeg of Evan Newton. A clinical finish from Michael Seton. The 19-year-old Jamaican going through the legs of Evan Newton. And you can really feel the energy in Merlot Field. No pun intended. As it's T2 that has stormed back with 3 straight goals. They were down 4-0 in the 34th minute after a Danny Koenig goal. George Foshive scored in first half stoppage time. Then George Foshive scored again 23 seconds into the second half in the 46th minute. And now Michael Seton on his debut for T2, his debut for this Timbers organization. Really his first chance for the organization for either the Timbers or T2. Makes it a 1-goal game. It's one way to endear yourself to the fans and your new team is score on your first chance. Michael Seton has done that tonight. Toma, Fatau. Toma gets it back. Does T2 have an equalizer? Toma sends it in. And it's right at Evan Newton. This will be a fun final 10 minutes. Plus stoppage time. It looked in the 34th minute like this was going to be pretty ugly. As Anderson's going to be shown a yellow card, it appears, in the 81st minute. Won the header, but went into the back of the OKC player to do so.
Yellow card given to T2, number 15, Jonderson. Jonderson given a caution card.
Good to see Blair Gavin, the normal captain for T2, back on the pitch after missing past 3 matches. OKC Energy is going to make a substitution, a defensive one. Cody Andrews is going to come on for Kyle Gregg, a defender for a forward. Kyle Gregg is, of course, going to take his time in the 82nd minute, with OKC just holding on to what at one point was a 4-goal lead, is now down to just 1 goal. Fatau trying to get Kyle Gregg to hurry off the pitch. Crowd here at Merlot Field doesn't like it. And Andrews will immediately move to the back line, replacing the forward Kyle Gregg. And Gareth Evans is tying his shoe. he's going to get the yellow card for that. At some point in that sequence of the ball not being in play for about 2 minutes, you felt like a yellow card had to come out to somebody, and it is Gareth Evans. He did have about a minute to tie his shoe while the substitution was being made, and decided to do it after the substitution. Gareth Evans is going to miss OKC's next match now against Real Monarchs next week because of yellow card accumulation. Douay to the end line. Cross to the back post. Gianderson chests it down to Jake Leeson. Composed defending from Gianderson. OKC, it looks like, has gone to 5 in the back now, with Cody Andrews playing in between Cyprian Hedrick and Jacob Van Kampenal. So 3 center backs on the pitch for OKC as they try to close out this match and hold on to what at one point looked like a sure win. The T2 not going to let him. Fatau can't get it back as Evans gets it to Newton, sends it out. T2 settling down. OKC is completely backed off. Everybody behind the ball. Big switch from Foshive. Toma brings it down. Leaves it for Bodley. 17-year-old slips. Nanchoff is there. Curling it into the box. Seaton tries to flick it on goal and heads it wide. He certainly looked dangerous. You see why the Timbers traded for him. Even the ability to turn that ball towards goal, going back away from him. Timbers traded targeted allocation money and an international roster spot through the end of this season for Michael Seaton to DC United. Douay, Toma slides in, plays it out for a throw. Douay was offside. The flag is up. A wildly entertaining match tonight at Merlot Field. Not just because of the goals, it has been an open match, back and forth. Both teams coming out from the start, looking to take the match. 2-2. Down 4-0 at one point, has cut it to 4-3. Searching for an equalizer with now 4 minutes plus stoppage time left. OKC looks content to just put everybody behind the ball and defend and try to hold on to a win. George Foshive has the first 2 goals for T2 tonight. Bodley, Fatau, Nanchoff, back to Fatau. Is this the equalizer? No. Fatau just got caught up on that ball. It went off the back of his heel. The chance missed for T2. Still time though. Toma and Koenig battling. Koenig called for the foul, and he immediately runs at the referee, Ekaterina Koroleva. Upset with the call. Ball's back in play. Fatal through for Bodily. Hedrick got there. Into the 88th minute now. 2 minutes plus stoppage time left for T2 to try to find an equalizer. Quite a match it's been tonight at Merlot. T2's only drawn twice this year. 8-11-2. OKC has drawn 7 times, 5 times on the road. Fatal will try from about 40 yards, and it's out for a goal kick. All USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. And Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow @NikeSoccer on Twitter for all the latest soccer information. Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Get the latest news and live stats, and check out their new social media hub. Koenig, a hat trick today for OKC, but hasn't seen much of the ball in the second half as T2 has mounted its comeback. Koenig scored 3 goals in a 15-minute span in the first half. 19th, 31st, 34th. Now has 19 goals this season. Leads USF. Evan Newton well off his line, but picks out Peebo Douay. He's able to keep it in play at the corner flag. We have reached the end of regulation. No indication yet of the amount of stoppage time. Figure at least 3 minutes will be added on with 2 goals and injuries. Substitutions in the second half. Offside the call on OKC. Substitution's gonna come for Oklahoma City. Michael Harris will come on and Sebastian Dalgard will come off. Another defensive substitution as a defender, Michael Harris, replaces a midfielder, Sebastian Dalgard. Michael Harris played college ball with Andy Toma and Taylor Pay at the University of Washington. And 5 minutes of stoppage time now indicated by the 4th official. So T2 is going to have a little bit of time to try to find an equalizer. We're already a minute into stoppage time. Gleason didn't hit that restart well, but it comes back to Foshive. Gavin pressured in the midfield. Got it to Gianderson. That's off Harris. Everybody behind the ball for OKC. They're playing basically a 5-4-1 to try to kill off this match. Times 6, a line of 6 in the back now for OKC. It's gonna be tough to break down. T2 only has 3 minutes, plus maybe a little change to do so. Toma floats it to the back post, nobody's there. And it's a goal kick for Energy FC. Another chance to milk the clock. Timbers Army begins to count how long it's taking Evan Newton to put that ball back into play. Oh, poor touch from Toma. Koenig runs onto it. And now smartly plays it back as OKC tries to kill off the match. Evans heads it forward. T2's gonna get possession back. Due pressuring Pei. Pei just has to send it forward. That's won by OKC. Here's Koenig. Michael Harris, some time, thought about a shot, laid it off to Gonzalez, who was offside. T2 is gonna be able to put it back in play. 3 minutes now of the 5 indicated. At least 2 minutes left for T2. They were down 4-0, 34 minutes into the match. Have stormed back to make it 4-3. Fatau to Michael Seat. He scored the 3rd. It's a poked away. Foshive gets it back. But OKC takes it back. And Koenig can come forward. Lays it off. Duke puts it into touch. Throwing for T2. Bodily. Quite a spot for the 17-year-old academy player to be in this kind of match. Fatau to Seaton. Couldn't control it. Cleared by OKC. Into the final minute of the 5 indicated minutes of stoppage time. Big switch from Taylor Pei towards Gianderson. Gianderson comes inside to Seaton. Back to Gianderson. Left-footed shot is blocked. Falls out to Bodily. To the byline, Gianderson sends it into the box. Newton collects. Toma slams into his back. Newton goes down. Foul called. And this will allow OKC to kill off some time. Groans from the crowd as Evan Newton sits up and then goes down again. The 5 minutes of indicated stoppage time have elapsed. We'll see how much time is left. The answer is none. It was a valiant effort from T2. Down 4-0, 34 minutes in. And boy, do they make it fun. They couldn't quite climb all the way back. OKC Energy, a 4-3 win at Merlot Field. And what was an exciting, exhilarating match on a Saturday night in Portland. We have a lot of highlights to show you. 7 goals scored in this match. It started in the 19th minute with Danny Koenig after a Peter Toth cross found him on the back post, heading it into an open net to make it 1-0. Then in the 29th, it was Kyle Gregg after a first-time ball from Christian Duke. And it was 2-0. T2's back line, their defense started to unravel at this point in the match. 31st minute, a poor clearance from Taylor Pei, and Koenig's in the right place at the right time, as good goal scorers often are, to put it in for his 2nd of the match. Koenig gets his hat trick in the 34th. Gleason makes the save but puts it right to Koenig, who taps it into an open net. Hat trick for Koenig, first in Energy FC history. And he takes over the USL scoring lead with 19. Then George Foshive, right before halftime, pulled one back for T2, made it 4-1. on the final kick of the first half. 23 seconds into the second half, Foshibe strikes again. His 4th goal for T2, his 3rd in 2 matches, a fantastic finish to the side netting, and T2 felt a lot of life early in the second half. They got the 3rd in the 79th, Michael Seaton on his T2 debut, just traded for from DC United by the Portland Timbers, playing tonight on loan from the first team side. Gets the goal in the 79th to make it a 1-goal game, but despite constant pressure from T2 at the end, OKC's back line held as they put everybody behind the ball at the end of the match, and OKC Energy FC get a 4-3 win. Entertaining for a man like Fernando Adi to watch on his off day. Adi scored the lone goal last night for the Portland Timbers in their 1-0 win over the Chicago Fire. Elvis Powell joining in to chat with Fatau as well. Very cool to see the Timbers first teamers out here at Merlo Field, as we've seen on a regular basis all season long, supporting T2. Next home match for Portland Timbers 2 will be a week from tomorrow night. Sunday night, August 16th, a 7 p.m. kickoff against Vancouver Whitecaps FC2. The team that T2 was coming into tonight tied for 8th place in the Western Conference with another team trying to get into playoff position. T2 has 4 of their final 6 matches at home. They certainly face an uphill battle now, though, with a loss tonight, still sitting on 26 points. Now 6 points as of now behind Tulsa Roughnecks FC, who are in 6th place in the Western Conference, holding on to that final playoff spot in the West. They're coming towards the end of the USL regular season, and it's getting time for T2 to put together some wins if they want to make it to the playoffs. They almost put it together tonight. OKC Energy FC, a 4-3 win over T2. OKC Energy now 10-5-7, 34 points in 4th place, or rather 37 points, temporarily in 1st place in the Western Conference, pending other results around the league tonight. What a match at Merlo Field. It was entertaining from the opening kick. 7 goals scored, the first 4 by OKC, the last 3 by T2. The comeback effort comes up short, but we were certainly entertained on this Saturday night. For everybody here at Merlo Field, I'm Jake Zivin. Thanks for watching. Final score, OKC Energy FC 4, Portland Timbers 2-3. Have a great night.